Good morning. Hello. Happy Thursday. Hopefully your weeks have been going okay today. We're going to be starting a new project. So we are going to be using our new setup, and I'm going to be working on some prototyping using a Yew Component Library that I've mostly built. It's sort of the Yew Component Library itself is in the sort of alpha stage. And I want to make sure that it's going to work the way we want it to for the LMS project that we're going to be doing next. So that's the prototypes are going to be part of that. It's sort of like making sure we can do the things we want to do. But before we get into that, let's see. Move that over to the side. Where can I scroll up? Oh, there we go. Okay, so there was a comment. On Discord. Okay, so I'm pretty new to Rust, and I come from a PHP Laravel background. This is one of the public channels, so on Discord. So I wanna answer it out, sort of like see what my thoughts are. I was looking at this a little bit earlier, but I was having trouble. I was like rushing myself because it was before stream, so I figured, let's just do it during stream. Pretty new to Rust, and I come from a PHP Laravel background. You finished the Axum course with CRM. Now you're trying to port some real-world microservices to Axum to see what the pros and cons are. You don't want to use an ORM mapper for now because you think that when things get complicated, a raw SQL query is a better choice in terms of performance, and it is easier to write. I mean, absolutely true, it is better for performance. Last I checked, which was a long time ago, most ORMs do something like an 8 times performance loss just by having it. But it doesn't really scale like worse. It like stays at around 8 times worse. You have a Postgres database, you want to use SQLX. You have seen the query as, which don't validate against the database, and their macro counterparts, which do check against the database. The questions are, if you have a table like users and have the password stored in it, and you want to print the list of all users, then you have to use a macro with a full user struct and iterate it after fetching the data and remove the password data, which leads to unnecessary data transfer and data manipulation. Well, can't you query? Like, the entire point about using something like that is to query only for the like parts of the user. So you can just like select username, select ID, select whatever, select public ID. On the other hand, I could write a user struct without password. Oh yeah. Well, you just put an option for the password and use the query as function on that. Uncle Scientist, hello. Let me just copy this. It'll be easier if I put this over here. Guess we could just do Notepad. This Notepad. Oh, it's not Notepad. It's text edit. It's a Mac. That came out all as one thing, or it. Okay, I have a Postgres DB. That's that. Wow, why are you so bad? Uncle Scientist, how have you been? I haven't seen notifications for you streaming, but I may have accidentally turned them off. Then my questions are the next line down. Then table. On the other hand, and then PS. Okay, so then if I select all of you, can I tell you to be better? I want you to be. Oh, weird. Okay, so it's like background is. Okay, that's a lot better. No worries, you're still on 2017 Advent of Code until you finish. Then back to the Leak Code solutions. So I haven't done very much Leak Code. Like a lot of the times when I looked at it, they were mostly about like computer science algorithms, like implementing certain data structures and algorithms. Is it still just that, or is it, are they more like Advent of Code too, where they have sort of like interesting problems with like stories behind them? Because that I feel that the story type stuff is a lot more compelling than just problems. Okay, so it's just the CS stuff. That's too bad. I mean, it's too bad because I don't have as much desire to do that as like something like Advent of Code feels like it's gonna be more fun to me. Maybe it's more of like a game then. Okay, so this is from a question in the public in our Brooks Builds Discord. So, okay, so pretty new to Rust. So you have a table like users and have the password stored in it. Planning on using SQLX, the crate, which has a query as, which I think are macros. Oh, no. They don't validate against the DB, and the macro counterparts, which do. Okay. Project Euler is also something you want to do, but it's very mathy instead of CS-ish. I used to do Project Euler a lot when I was first learning programming, and I just, it was too mathy for me. I can get the first page of them, and then it's not about programming. Now it's about like just Googling answers for how to do programming, how to do the math problem. Okay, so you can create a user struct without password and use the query as function on that. And then you have to store a user include a password. I would have to create another struct with all the fields to store the user or use no struct for storing and just use raw SQL. There is no way to extend a struct on another struct in Rust. So what would be your idea or preferred way of doing such things? The user password example is just a reference. You have some tables where there are columns with a lot of data, which you don't need, and any query, and I don't want to transfer megabytes if not necessary. Okay, so database-wise, if you're sold on like not using any like help, and you want type support, when you need to like get the full thing because the type thing is like just basically telling you have to. This to me feels like we have two choices of doing stuff, and it really is going to be dependent upon how often the data changes. I should write this, my thoughts down. So, I guess like asking, like giving like the help with my new like sort of like the help system that we get out here, and this is for work, so it doesn't need to be quite as I don't know what the right word is, quite as like strict with the like asking questions for that. But so like my initial thoughts are, what if we were to just have a table that only has the stuff you want in it? And there are two ways to do that in Postgres. I believe you can do the same thing in MySQL and all the other databases too. I don't know if they're called exactly the same thing. In Postgres, we can create a view and a materialized view. So if we want to see all the users and we want to see them instantaneously, as soon as they're created, they show up in the system, a view would be the answer, but it's going to tax the database at runtime. So you can create a table that only has the fields that you really want, and then you just grab everything from it, and it acts as if it's a new table, but it's really just a query. It's a query that lives in the database. And then a materialized view is a query that lives in the database, but it creates a table and it runs routinely. So you can basically say like every midnight run, and it populates this table, and it's sort of like a read-only database that is synced from whatever query it is. So if you have multiple tables you want to bring together into a single mega table, then you can just do your one query for all the data for the entire app all at once. And you don't have to do multiple queries anymore. It actually makes it really, really nice. Speed-wise, it improves the speed quite a bit. Also, because the query was run like at midnight, when you query this, it doesn't have to do a complicated sort of pull in all the data. So this is one of the tricks that you can do to like really speed up gnarly queries that are really slow. But it sounds like this one might be closer to like the view type thing. So I guess my suggestion of what I'm going to ask in Discord is, what do you think about using something like a view to create a table that only has the data that you want to query in? And then you get the best of both worlds, really. So that's what I'm going to write in. Let's see. Reply. What do you think about having your cake and eating it too? Postgres has... Okay, so is it Postgres? Yeah, they don't actually say if it's Postgres or not. Postgres has something called a view. Other databases have that too. Where we can define a query ahead of time, and it acts like a table. Then you can have your typed queries, but only get what you want. Okay, that's my response there. All right. Thank you for going down that little tangent with me. Something I found really interesting. I think actually it'll be better for me to do. I'm gonna turn off the music since it's just filling up chat. Something that I guess like it's maybe unique to me. I don't know if all of you get hit by this too. I do a lot better of like thinking through problems if I think through them out loud. If I try to sort of think them internally, I usually don't get very far. And like just like the first thing that I'm going for, that's it. But if I'm thinking out loud, I usually like actually come up with multiple solutions or iterate through a lot faster. One of the reasons why maybe I do much better streaming than not streaming. All right, let's move on to our project at hand. So we have our Zellige here. In case you're not familiar with our window manager for I guess like Linux, Unix. I've decided to keep the tabs and the help in here, mainly because I haven't memorized the commands yet, and so this will help out. All right, so we're gonna start with YCL. I also learned something new recently, which is pretty cool. I can do Control P W, and it gives me this floating window. sits here on top. It's pretty cool, right? I don't think I can make this bigger. Uh, but I can do stuff in it. I don't know if I necessarily want to use this for like anything specific right now, but it's there. All right, let's. I can also, because it's iTerm, I can also just click on these to go over to them. All right, so I'm in YCL. We're in this prototyping LMS design. Let's go ahead and fire things up. Do a trunk serve over here. All right, so that's running Yew. I also, sorry. Where did my darkness go? Where's my extensions? Add-ons? Add-ons and themes? Oh, new profile. I totally forgot. I didn't bring in the darkness one. Let me go find it. Actually, I don't need to hide this. This is a new profile. It doesn't have anything secret in it. I think dark viewer or something? Dark mode. Dark reader, I think was what it was called. It's also recommended. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I was able to work with a designer for this for the LMS. So this is sort of like early designs for like an alpha version that we're going to build. It actually includes things that are beyond alpha version that we won't need to build right away, or things that only make sense once we get a lot of users and a lot of courses to go inside of it. So not necessarily everything. The green stickies in here, they are they're denoting like what components I need. So essentially modules with then these are modules, and then there's sort of things inside of them. And so this is what we're going to be building is the green ones. The purple is also just sort of I think like a top level thing for the entire page. So we go in with a site header is first. Oh, if I also open up Firefox, let's go to localhost. I've created a component here, and so we can list out what everything is going to look like. We can also put on Dark Reader for this. Let's go find it. All right, there we go. It'll be interesting to see if I build this with Dark Reader in mind. I wonder if I'm gonna like screw that up. I'll probably have to look at this outside of stream also to make sure it's looking correctly on non-Dark Reader screens, because I don't think everyone will see that. All right, so this is actually so far built on using the component library. So I have a title component, I'm centered with it. I have two cards, and they're sort of going to be tiling all the way down. It's not really a fancy tile, it's just rows. It's just a Flexbox thing. Also, to make things a little bit faster, instead of doing all the CSS stuff myself and doing this from scratch, I am using just Bootstrap behind the scenes. I got actually, the designer gave me a custom Bootstrap build that has a brand new font for me to use. So that's what this is. It's it's trying to be more programmy font wise. Um, Arch Zero, welcome. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were we working on today? why can't I click on like chat for Art Zero? Well, I can click there. That feels so weird. I should be able to click on that, and it takes me to your stream page. Um, are you through the advertisement, Art Zero? I didn't turn them on, but Twitch turns them on automatically. Head over there. You were working on learning UE5. Pollux, hello. Blackout, you got no notification. Well, hello anyways. Oh, Art Zero, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Pollux recommended. UE5, is that U is what is UE5? It's a game engine, right? Uh it's like the one of the big ones. Unreal Engine, that's what it is. Um I have not used it. I have heard of it, and I have seen that like a lot of big companies use it, and like it has really good graphics. But beyond that, I don't really know much about it. It uses C++, right? That's the language you use with it. Unreal Engine, Game Dev Engine, learning it with the Ultimate Game Dev course. Nice. That sounds like a lot of fun. C++ and their visual scripting with blueprints. Okay, interesting. Um, are you asking Arch that or me, Pollux? I am not in North Carolina. I assume that or it could be Northern California. Me, it's I am in Colorado. So just the C. Just the C. Okay, so what we're working on is not game dev, so it's not quite as fascinating, but we're working on web dev stuff. So I've built a alpha version of a component library for a front end web technology called Yew. It is a web like a think of it like React, except it's all in Rust. You don't need to program in any JavaScript whatsoever if you don't really want to. And even if you need to bring in JavaScript, you sort of use Rust to then control that JavaScript for you. It's very interesting. Colorado is nice pre-pandemic. Used to fly out to visit coworkers in Broomfield a few times a year. It is very nice. I haven't been haven't been out very much recently, and the air quality has been getting worse and worse. So it's not great. Epic Games is from North Carolina, and you would have shamed. Yeah, that would be fair. Fair for that. So we're building some cards out, and I have another browser open that's showing some designs that we're going to start trying to make. So, for example, I want to make a site header. So, like, I want to make this thing here in the Yew Component Library using a prototype. And so I'm using something like a design idea. It's very similar to Atomic Design, if you ever heard of that, but it's not quite the same. So instead of atoms and molecules, it's going to be just foundations, elements, modules, and prototypes. And prototypes is what we're working on today. Arch, thank you again so much for the raid, and have a great night. Londo, hello. Okay, so let's create this as a page. So let me also show you the system. We've been working, I have recently set up NeoVim and Zellige for working today. So we're also going to be experimenting with actually doing this for a real project, seeing what tweaks we want to do for our NeoVim setup. So let's open up Vim here. So in source, We have in prototypes. So right now what I have is main is just starting the prototype. And that's going through YCL prototypes, start prototype here. In the main library, I'm just sort of making everything available. And then over in prototypes, we have our mod, which is giving us that start prototype function. And it's also just running the renders. This is all in Yew 0.20, which should make sense. I started this right after, like shortly after Yew 0.20 came out. How am I finding the move to NeoVim, and what prompted me to move? So it's a couple things. Like I used Vim a long time ago as like my primary editor. So it's not like I have to relearn all of the movement type stuff in Vim. Although I never was like a master at moving around like some people. Like I still cheat a lot with Vim, but I'm used to it. So it's not something that's like super unfamiliar to me. And then just like there's little things that Rust Analyzer constantly crashing and stopping to work in VS Code, or just like weird stuff like that was like slowdowns and random other things. It was starting to get a little bit bothersome for me, and I decided, okay, I just want it to work, and we decided, let's try this out and see if this just works for us, or at least works well enough to make us happy with it. So I did a couple streams where I built this up, set this up, and here we're going. Oh, also the other reason is I can have, I don't know, Zilby's not here, so we can use the Zilby cam for like other things if we want to. But when Zilby's here, I can turn on the cam and it just fits right there in that nice little spot. So having a terminal, just like a single terminal that opens up here, is actually really nice. I don't have to like do like move the VS Code over just like the right amount. You've moved for similar reasons. Interesting. I wonder how many other people have been feeling that pain. And so far, everything has been great, but I haven't really used it too much and not for a real project yet. So that's the real test, is we're doing this with the prototypes because, they're prototypes. Who cares? All right, so moving over here, if we come to our app, if you're not familiar with Yew, this is what a simple app looks like. It should actually be pretty familiar if you're used to React. We import all of our stuff up here. I declare a function component, and we have an HTML macro, which is just like whatever MX or whatever, JSX. It's exactly like that. And so I have my all of my components I'm prefixing with BB, just to make sure it's extremely clear that they're mine. And so I don't have any collisions with anything else that I use. So we have our BB container. We have browser router, which comes from the Yew router. And then this is just rendering whatever it is. So I would probably put any kind of top level nav in a normal site, like above the browser router, or maybe like above the switch here. You moved to Sea Lion and the JetBrains Rust plugin. It gives you some code completion inside the HTML macro. Oh, that's nice. Oh, have you tried the new one that they come out with? It looks a lot closer to VS Code than traditional like Sea Lion or any of their other products, which I think is nice. Came out forgetting I need to open this up. I don't actually know what the keyboard commands are to jump from the tree back to here, like jump these windows. So I either have to use my mouse, or if I'm over here, close it and reopen it again. I don't remember what the command is. So that's why you might see me open and close it again multiple times. All right, so pages. In home, I have this. So we have card data. And I created a builder the other day so I don't have to like put all the data in for the card, just the ones that I want to. And then I'm using this BB card list component for that. So this is where the title is. So I can create a page. I can create a new page. So add, this is going to be for the site header. So site header, .rs. Let's go into it. I don't have any of my own snippets set up, so we have to just sort of program this all on my own. And also I don't want to do this yet. I want to go to mod and add pub mod site header. Nope, that's the wrong one. I want to go here. Okay, so now I can go use Yew prelude star. I have noticed that in NeoVim, the ability to sort of bring in and auto add or auto include or auto use stuff isn't quite as good. Stacking, hello. If you want, you can install which key when you start typing all of your commands. It gives you hints on all your keybinds. Oh, which key? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that might be better for some of the other ones. So which key? Let's see if I can go find that. So what is that? NeoVim, which key? Is it NeoVim or is that just a Vim plugin? It's NeoVim. Lua plugin that displays a pop-up with possible key bindings of the command you started typing. Nice. Okay. So we're going to install with Packer. So I think we just copy this in. All right. So what I want to do for this is create a new tab for it. So we're going to go to tab new. I'm going to tab rename you to just like this is NeoVim. Config neo nvim. Okay, then we're gonna go into. I actually forget. I could also do Ranger. Plugins. Drop into here. Okay, so here's all our reuse commands. I'll go down to the bottom here. Add you in. Of course you don't do the thing. Okay, so something that bothers me, I wanted to go 2 up, 2 in, and I have to do that twice. That sucks. Okay, so save. What are you upset with? You need a semicolon there. Okay, so you should be fine. So let's head back to YCL. So I can click on this, or I can do tab left. No, that was pain. Tab left, enter. Let's quit and exit. Let's reopen. We'll go back into, what was that I just created? It was site header. I thought it was site header. I forget now. It was in prototypes. Yeah, it was in site header. Oh, no space. Maybe that was my problem. Okay, so then, I want to tell hacker sync. Okay, you finished. So now do you just work? Oh yeah. Okay. So I did space once and it shows me the little pop-up of what I could do with this. Nice. Although it doesn't tell me what all of them do sometimes. But that is nice. I like it. This is actually going to be nice for like showing off what it is too. So, I can backspace go up one level? Ooh. Shows everything that I could do. Okay. Cool. All right, so back to this. Create a function component. We're going to call this site header pub function. I have started just calling these components instead of like the same thing because I noticed that Rust Analyzer was getting confused if I named it the same as like the file or like site header here. So I just call these component because I don't really care about it because it's a macro that's going to sort of deal with it. So we're going to return HTML. Okay, so HTML. We have to have something in here. So what do I want to put in? I want to put in. I want to put in a title probably. That this is a header. So we're gonna use create elements. So I wish that I could just type to find these. That doesn't seem to work. If I start typing, it loses it until I get 3 in, which I find is not great. Title, because what I really would like is to bring in. I want BB title. I want the title level, and I probably also want the align, which is somewhere else. So I want BB title. So I open, close U. So BB title level. And I also want alignment. So use create. Alignment is in foundation stuff. Align text. That's an enum. Okay, so here's how I can create a title in this, like using this. We're gonna do BB title. We have a level. I get about the same help here that VS Code gives me, so nothing lost. This is going to be a BB title level 1. I want align is going to be align text. I want you to be center. I don't think there's anything else here, so I'm going to close this. A lot of people really, really love putting this closing thing up here at the end of this one. But I feel like this is an argument that's very similar to the trailing commas thing. I like the idea that if I just add a new thing in Git, it doesn't show that I deleted a line and added 2 new lines. I just add 1 line. Okay, so then in here, we're going to have, this is site headers. BB title. And I want to tab you in. Okay. So if I save you, this is a page. So I also need to add this to the router here. So I don't know a good way yet to like select things. No, I haven't tried this. So if I select you all, no. I need to do insert mode. No, okay. So no, stop. that. That. Now I can do. Okay, what was it? This was site headers. Site header. I have some snippets that are coming in automatically when I installed everything. I think I'm going to turn them off and remove them. I don't like them. If I'm going to have snippets, I want them custom, like they're my own, not somebody else's. Okay, so I have the site header here. If we go at site, sure, we'll do that one. Site header, that's fine. And then here, site header, and I want you to be site header. Okay, so if I save you, I still can't, like I can go there, but I'm not routing to it yet. So then next, I do have the ability in the homepage, I think. Yeah, for these. Okay, so I have new title. I want to add in link. Yeah, there's my method link. And then I have a link too. So this is going to be a route site header. If I save that, this has become a link. If I click on you, it brings me to site headers. Perfect. So the ability to handle links and like internal links for the router links was very interesting to do. I'll show you what this looks like. Inside of modules, we have our card list. So I take in for the struct for the properties, I take in a property T. And so that way it can be any router. So it's not just like a single router that has to like live across all my projects. This could be any router as long as it's Yew router. And as long as that T implements routable and static. And that's all I need to do. That's enough to limit it to what I need it to do. And then I can just throw that into wherever I need. So I can now do in the component, I can have where's my link? Oh, actually like run the card. And this got go in one more. There's that internal link is now card data.link. So then it sort of deals with it, and then I have the link component with the two sort of set up for it. It's really nice. I like it. Anyways, back to site header. Okay, so we have site headers. I now want to bring in a site header and use it. Just like with React, you have to have like a single root domain, but I could also do a fragment. I'm going to do a single root domain. So I want an LM. Oh, I think I put them in foundations. I'm still not sure if I'm super happy with that. We put in a container and a BB container, and I could put a margin. I have the margin thing there, but for this, sure, we can use the margin. Oh, actually, that's going to be BB container margin. Okay, so for you, we'll have BB container. I think, oh, it's, I think it's margin. I don't remember anymore. Margin is going to be BB container margin, and I want you to be normal. You're very upset. Expected. What are you upset with? Expected a comma. Oh, I have open, open, and I failed to close. Well, that certainly made everything unhappy. All right, so that successfully worked. So I should now. So you can't see it, but there should be a margin on both sides now, which means I can now bring in our nav. So something that VS Code REST Analyzer does do, which is nice, if I create a sort of like self-closed tag like this, and I do bb, if I know the name of it, so I think it's a bb nav. Oh, is it actually going to bring it in? bb nav bar. Oh, okay. It does bring that in. It's just it feels inconsistent of whether or not it's going to find it and bring it into a use statement. All right, so this is asking what is the type of the route for going home. So I want route. I'm gonna bring in this one. Let's save it. And you should give me some errors. So you're missing. Okay, hasprop create account route is not satisfied. So I need a create account route. So create account route. I don't have that. I think can I do that as a? Do I have to do create account? What did I do here? Let's go on an adventure. So this is the nav bar. Oh yeah. So create account route. Login route. Right. So my nav bar is assuming that everything is going to be requiring like a login authentication. So there's going to be authentication links on the right hand side. So I need a page to go to login and a page to go to like creating an account. Oh, but I can just send them. I can just send them to like the home screen. I don't have to actually create those pages for you. It just has to be the route of the same type as everything else. Is authenticated and links, and all these are required. Okay, so we're going to site header. Okay, navbar route. So what was this again? There. Valid HTML element. What happened? Oh, why are you there? Why are you like that? Why are you? Oh, what did I do? I lost stuff. That's what I lost. Okay. Save you. Okay, so we want to create account route first. So we're going to do that. So create. I wish I can get auto completion for this, but I can't get that with REST Analyzer and VS Code either. So create account route is, we're going to give this as a route home. Wonder if anyone made a custom parser for Rust HTML yet in TreeSitter. Interesting. If you knew TreeSitter and how to parse, then you would be nerd sniping me. Well, sorry. It is nice. Okay, so if I save you one at a time, it is nice. This also existed in VS Code. I just didn't realize it for a while. Maybe it's a U 0.20 thing, but it constantly tells me what I need. That's actually not a real thing. Why did I do that? I wanted to save, not the other thing. Okay, so is authenticated is next. So are we currently authenticated? That's a Boolean. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to hard code this and not use, normally I'd use something like internal state to say like, hey, we're no longer authenticated. So is authenticated equals false. So we'll show the login buttons. Navbar props links. Oh, links. Ooh, so it needs links, but I can use those. Okay, so let navbar links. I wonder if this is going to be okay. Yeah, I wonder if it'll figure out what the types are going to be. So navbar links. Actually, I can go to the beginning of this and do the end like that. You're unhappy. No field navbar links. Oh, it's available fields are links is authenticated login route. Oh, links. The available field are links. Okay, so it's just back. Links. Navbar links. And then home route or something. Login route. The something that's interesting, and it mostly just affects me, is I have a memory of like a goldfish sometimes. So like I look at the thing, I try to memorize it, I then go to like do that, and by that time the exact phrasing of what it is just gone, and I have to go like look it up again, which sucks. Which is why like autocomplete is so niceful, and like I try to use that and lean into that as much as possible. Okay, so login route, we're just gonna make this also a route. Home. And I think that's going to be everything. So that makes you happy. So if we come back to here, here is our site header. So I did put this inside that container. Maybe margin is not great. If I don't do any margin, okay, so let's delete until you, and that will make you all the way to the edge. So this is what the headers would look like normally, which is nice. Okay, so I have my new mark and logo that we've created. We have our buttons. I have links that would go here. We can create some example ones. If I want, we're trying to recreate what this looks like. So here's our mark. Here's our login and get started. I want these 3 links. We can also have them send you home. Okay, so navbar links. I'm guessing that I need some kind of bb navbar, bb nav link. Create elements, nav link. The nav links. Oh, a nav bar link is probably what I want. A nav bar link. Can you tell me what you need? Okay, so you're upset. Missing fields active label and 2 in initiator. Okay, so active, label, and 2. So the ability to like run something and have it like auto complete for me, that was really nice. And I do miss that. I'm sure that there's a way to set that up. I just haven't found the keyboard to add to a shortcut yet, so I'm not exactly sure which one it is. So we have I already forgot what these were. Active, label, and 2. Okay, so active. This is going to be, active would be like which one we're currently on. We have label. That's going to be a string. So a label would be something like site headers. And 2 would be a route. Oh, it actually had that route home. So if I save you, you're happy. If we head back here, there's the site headers. It's not exactly centered, is it? I wonder if I add 3 in that it will become centered and it'll become a non-issue. So I want community and support too. Now having all of these here, I wonder if I should create a what if I should create a builder for this? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. So I want to bring you down here. Okay, that's what I want. So that way I can do Y5, Y, paste you in, give you that, and now I can update you. So you're going to be false, label, what was the next one? Community, and then support. You can go to that. So Y5Y, paste you in, false. You're going to be support, and you can also go home. See what this looks like. Yeah, that's definitely not centered. So this is what we're going to be doing, is some web dev type stuff. Trying to figure out what's going on here. We can also make the dev tools a little bit bigger. Can make this a little bit bigger. Oh, if I'm zoomed in enough, it's centered. Okay, so here's our UL. Oh, look at that. There's this gigantic margin over here. Oh, look at that. I have ME auto, which is margin end auto. If I just remove that, it's centered. So it's a bug. It's on the nav bar, nav in the UL. So that's probably in the nav bar itself. Let's head over there. So that's in the nav bar probably. So we're looking for a UL with an ME auto. So delete 2 words. There we go. Fixed it. Okay, and each of these are links. So if I click on them, it actually takes me home. These also just take me home right now. These are links that kind of look like buttons, and that's fine. And then this, I haven't decided. I'm thinking that this is not going to be a link right now, but we can totally turn it into a link later if we want it to be. Right now, I'm planning on having just be home be one of the nav bar items here, so that we can show, hey, we're home. Okay, so that is site header. So we have brand logo, main menu, and login actions. Excellent. All right, so let's quit. Did I not save this? No write since last change. Okay, hold on. Save and exit. There we go. Okay, so what did we created the site header prototype. I have the Yew Component Library as a it's actually on GitHub right now as YCL in my Git, and then I am no, I don't, I'm not actually trying to do that. And then I'm in a branch right now for the prototyping because I was trying different things for prototyping, and I think this is a little bit better. All right, let's jump back into Vim, and we'll do the next one. And so that's what this project is going to be all about. Okay, so what is next? Next is a hero. So I want a hero. Now, looking through this, um, this dropdown is going to be a course select. At the beginning, I'm going to have like 3 courses because I'm going to recreate the Introduction to Yew course. I'm going to recreate the Introduction to Axum course. And I guess I'll start with 2 courses. And then I'll be making them better for sales purposes. So if you buy them, you actually get like more than you would get on the free YouTube course. That is so therefore I don't really see a reason to have a get started dropdown here right away. So I just want a hero with this information. Okay, so we'll go to prototypes, pages, add hero s. Do mod here. Why aren't you finding it? There it is. Okay, so we have that. I'm mostly doing the prelude now because I just don't I don't trust the auto imports yet. That's the only real reason to use it anymore. Function component. This is going to be hero. And we're probably going to want to bring in a title. Now, so this is, sort of like mentioned this before. I'll show you like what tries to happen if I bring in like BB component or something, which has children. So if I do something like this, first of all, I don't think I can do multi-lines in Vim. That's one of the that's one of the tricks that I actually got to be able to do it. If I do BB container, it's just finding it by text on the screen. It's not actually like doing a use on it, which kind of sucks. Not elements, I want foundations. Okay, so then I want a title, so I have to do the same thing. So don't go up. My arrow keys were right next to that. I accidentally clicked them. BB title, BB title level. Okay, so BB title. I guess I don't really need to do more than one line here. So BB title, this is gonna be a BB title level 1. And then we're gonna put in, this is gonna be the hero. We also have to go to the nav, so that's the route and prototypes. Pull that in. Actually have that up here, don't I? Oh, so I might actually be able to do this all in one go, can't I? Because it's self-closing. I think if it's self-closing, I can do it. This is gonna be hero. Hero. Yes, use that. Okay, so it finds that. Okay, that's great. And then finally, we're going into home, and we're going to add in for hero here a link. I want this link method. It's going to be route hero. And that should, okay, so back to home, hero. Oh, I want to center you. That's the wrong hero. All right, that's still the wrong hero. That's the right hero. Okay, so we want align. Okay, so can I do, align text center. There we go. Okay, excellent. All right, so what isn't a hero? So I have a hero component. So I built a lot of these components out ahead of time, and I was sort of kind of trying to like put them together, but they weren't exactly one-to-one with the design. So that's why I'm sort of like, we're doing that now. Okay, hero. We want a simple hero. So let's bring in our hero component to begin with. So I think, I don't remember if it's a simple component. Let's try it. BB hero. Save you and see what you're missing. Assert all props. So I need modules hero props. Oh, text. Text and title as the two things that I'm seeing are required. Text and title. Okay. So a title, I would want this to be, let's say if I map this out exactly one-to-one, this is Brooks Builds Learners. I don't know if I want to like put in that italics for it. He seemed to think that he liked it a lot. But I haven't figured out a way to like do that without using the equivalent of a slot. So I want a BB. Oh, this would be Brooks Builds Learners. Then text. This is just some lorem ipsum. Can throw that in there. I think that makes you happy. And back to you. Okay. This is what the hero would look like. And compare it to this. Now, I'm not planning, this is a future version, once I have enough courses. I think it actually degrades from the design if you drop it down and you're like, oh, there's only 2 courses. Oh, well, why should I go here now? So, oh, leaners. You're all leaners now. We're all gonna lean to the side. Yeah, it serves me right for not copy pasting. Okay, excellent. We have that, and so that's hero now. Epic Blarg, hello. It's the Neo Vim. It's the Neo Vim. And Zellige. So NeoVim for the Vim stuff, and then Zellige for the window management stuff. So far, it's been pretty good. Let's see, quit out of there, and let's get status. Get. So let's see, added prototype for hero. All right, so I'll push that up. There aren't that many GUI ID holdouts anymore, at least on stream. It does feel that way. But I mean, I think there still are plenty. There still are plenty. I just looked at my preview on the other screen, and it's still showing the starting soon screen. But looking at OBS, it's actually working correctly. So hopefully it hasn't actually been the starting soon screen the entire time, because that would be sad. All right, it is 8:15. It hasn't. Good. I would be slightly upset. Also, how would you know what I'm doing? You'd all be telepathic or something, or you've all hacked into my computer to see what I'm doing, and then you're just pretending that I'm streaming. Or I've just gone insane and none of you are real. That's also a possibility I haven't given up on. Okay, so we can prepare for next one before we end the stream. So the next one's going to be a featured courses list. So a card list essentially with a title and a little star. So that'll be nice. So let's see. Let's jump back in here and let's like prepare for that at least, so I know exactly where I'm going. So prototypes, pages, home. I can add in a new card, BB card data builder, new. I'm gonna give it a title. What was this called again? This is featured courses. I don't have a link for that yet, so then we're just gonna build it. You know what I'm realizing? I don't think I'd really need titles for any of these things, but having a nav bar up here to go back would be nice. So maybe we'll do that next time too. I should be able to put a nav bar not in home, but in the mod here, or maybe no, in app. But okay, so once you know your folder structure and project, you should really start using Telescope. So the problem that I run into is that I forget what my file names are called. So it's I guess I could do something like, if I know it's source modules, like title. Oh, that's in elements. I still found it. So it's like elements / I guess that works. That's a little bit better. I was thinking about going straight to the file, but I could use it to go to the folder in the file. Okay, that's a little bit better and a little bit less overwhelming to look at the entire list of every file in the project. Okay, so all right, I think we're good here. Let me commit prepared for next stream, which will be tomorrow morning. So we'll start around the same time, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We go for about an hour and 15 minutes or so, which is like 5-6 minutes ago. And then we repeat it most weekdays. Basically, I stream every single weekday except on Wednesday mornings. in which case I actually go into work and do my social thing for the week. So I'm gonna head off to my day job and do all that stuff. Hopefully my commute is short. It's about half an hour or so. I also go in only once per week. I work remote the rest of the time. So that's it's my ability to like actually see other people besides just me and my wife. Social? What's that? Can you eat it? Sure. Yeah. I'm sure. But yes, you can eat that. Trust me. Okay. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.